baby. I love it when you breathe in. And I've been drinking so much more lately, but that's just how I'm feeling. If you don't wanna break his heart, girl, well, where the fuck is he then? See, I just wanna waste a little time with you, but then I'm up and leaving.
So if you hadn't already guessed, this is indeed the Queen of Nothing reading vlog. Obviously, you probably saw the title. If you don't keep up with me on places other than here, you wouldn't even know that I would be picking this up. If you've only been watching my channel, you would see I read The Cruel Prince in the beginning of the year. I didn't like it. However, I read The Wicked King and I'm fucking obsessed. This is only like 308 pages or something ridiculous like that. I have an alarm set for 4:30 so I don't forget to go to class. I'll update in the middle if anything happens. I'm a pretty slow reader, so I don't suspect I'm gonna get through that much of this, but let's see what happens. It does appear that the way that Jude is getting back in Elfame is by pretending to be her sister, which I love. I think that's going to be a really great way for this to be really exciting, so that's having me really excited. But I'm still kind of confused because I wonder if Locke is really dead. Like, she said she killed him. I haven't read that far. Exciting. Bajillion. Oh my god. Page 50. Spoilers. Taryn's pregnant? Oh no. I love them so much, it hurts. Jude just went in place of Taryn at the little inquest or whatever the fuck it's called. And she's like glamored. And she is trying to get them off her back. She's like, Jude never loved Locke. She loves someone else. He's the one she wanted dead. I am pleased to see Cardin flinch. Enough, he says, before I can go on. I have heard enough, all that I care on the subject. First of all, amazing. And then they're like, Nikazas are like, well, she could be charmed. You have to strip her. And Jude like deflects. And then Cardin says, as you wish, then I'll suppose I have to examine you alone in my chambers. He knows. He has to know. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. What's gonna happen? Stop, this is like my fan fiction dreams. I'm literally crying. Okay. Alright, we just finished chapter 7. I get this much of Cardin and Jude goodness, and literally the most goodness ever. Okay. He knew right away. I literally croaked. Like, I literally choked. I can't even. Oh my god. The explosion happens. She says, stay here. Jude, don't. He calls as I slip into the hall. And then Maddox snatches her ass. Chloroforms her. It's actually probably not chloroform, but also, now I'm just thinking about this, and didn't you get my letters? Has he been sending her letters? Oh my god, has he been sending her letters? Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. And now, how long will it be before they're together again? How long will it be before they're together again? I feel I'm been deeply blessed, though. Very deeply blessed. I'm considering skipping class. I'm not going to, though, because I'm a pussy. I'm gonna be late. I'm off to class. We finished the first 8-9 chapters. I'm freaking out. And now I'm busy until at least 11 p.m. I brought the book in case I have time. I'm freaking out. There's no way I'm not gonna be able to stay up till 3 a.m. finishing this. Fuck me. Fuck. It's fucking midnight. Okay, I'm now charging my Apple Watch because it's my alarm. First world problems. So I need to stay up for a little bit. So I'm gonna read a chapter and hope I don't get sucked in. It's 1:30 a.m. and I'm delusional. Remember when I said I was going to bed after one chapter? Yeah. It's 1:42. I feel like shit. Okay. I'm so freaking tired. I think I figure the best way that's gonna wake me up, like last night, is to read a little bit. So I got all ready for work. Now I have like 20-ish minutes. So I'm gonna try to get through chapter 21. I'm so excited. So I just finished chapter 21. Truly the most iconic piece of literature to ever grace the world. I'm so obsessed with them. Like, I don't even know how to describe how much I'm loving this experience. I just really hope they can have this end in a positive way. Because I swear to God, if they kill him, we're gonna have problems. Funny thing is now I have to go to work and essentially do nothing. I mean, I'm like an office person, like a desk, phone call, whatever. And I think it'd be bad if I put out a book, right? Like, I feel like that's rude. So, here's the thing. I'm trying to figure out if this is good or this is bad. And right now, I think I'm leaning towards good. And hear me out here. I think because so there's usually a big bad thing that happens. In every book, there's one. If that big bad is this, after the big bad, usually there's some sort of happy resolve. And if this is a big bad, that means the only thing that can come after this is a happy resolve. Right? Does that make sense? Carton turning into a snake. It's fucking crazy, right? But I feel like they need to prove that Jude is smart and can do all this stuff one last time, and that's going to be breaking this curse. Yeah, so in conclusion, I think this is one of the better possibilities because it's going to show not only Carden how much that she loves him, right? Like that she wouldn't just kill him. Well, she might have to kill him. I feel like she's gonna have to like kill the snake and then he'll come back. Not only that she has to that she wants him back, and that she could have just like let him be a snake and then rolled, but like that's not what she wanted, so she's going to be proving that to him, and then also they get to roll. If she doesn't kill Matic, I'm gonna be pissed, because fuck that bitch. This man really just said he mourned his daughter that he stabbed. Baffled. This whole bridal nonsense got me confused. I'm like, what the fuck? That doesn't sound like the way. That does not sound like the way I want the story to end. I just like, this has been the most satisfying because it's short enough, and I just really, like, people are like, oh my god, it's so short. I'm like, thank fucking god. I'm so sick of reading 700-page books, like, and I don't know, I feel like I just love this a lot more than other books I've read. Like, it's just been such a rewarding experience reading, and I feel like I feel like I have such a bigger respect for fairy books now, because now reading this, I'm like, okay, this is a fairy book. Fucking A Court of Thorns and Roses, that was like a not, like so not. Yeah, I'm freaking out. I love it. I'm just like so excited. Like, the perfect book doesn't exist. Who? Like, this is literally one of the best books I've ever read in my life. It's just a really exciting experience. It's so pure. Wow. So, I finished it. I can't remember if I said, I don't think I gave my reaction to the end, but truly, I adored it. I think it's my favorite book in the series, and I think partially that comes from my love of contemporary. I do feel this one was, while it still went out of the box for me as a non-fantasy, high fantasy reader, I enjoyed the aspects that felt more of like a romance novel. Does that make sense? I absolutely adored the ending. I am absolutely 100% a fan of cheese. I cannot even explain to you how much I love this book. I feel like it is easily taking the spot of one of my new favorite series, my new favorite books of all time, and that just makes me so incredibly happy because, and I think I'm going to do a video on my opinion on the whole series and go over my thoughts as I went through, because I feel like it needs to be done. But as a quick like review of this book, I just felt like it tied up everything very, very nicely. There wasn't too many questions I felt like I still had at the end of this. I think I've seen people say that like the exile was kind of shushed away pretty easily, but I think we all suspected that to a certain extent. The thing I feel this series did really well that a lot of series struggle with is that it did this slow burn and it really spread it out super nicely. Like in the last book, the first book we get nothing, okay? We get one kiss, and it's super dramatic and super amazing. I loved it in the first book, but I came into that book expecting something a lot different. The second book builds on that a lot, and then, but it's still to the point where you're not sick of it, which I feel like is something that A Court of Thorns and Roses didn't do as well. I feel like they really gave us a lot in the second book, and in the third book it completely was just like different, and I didn't like it anymore, whereas this very nicely spread everything out in a way that you still feel all these feelings about these characters. And so like when they get together again, you're not feeling like, oh, I've read this before. And I feel like that also goes to the fact that these books are shorter. I've never been somebody that feels like I need to have more time with characters. I'd rather see their whole story in a shorter time span. And this did not feel rushed at all. I felt like it was almost perfect. Would I have loved some scenes to be a little longer, more in depth? Yeah, maybe, but at the end of the day, I'm glad it wasn't a 700-page book. I literally don't know what else could have been added. It took away a lot of the frills that are in a lot of fantasy books, and it really made it read almost as a contemporary, which is something I appreciate just because that's the kind of reader I am. It's essentially, to me, a near perfect book, and I know that's ridiculous to say because I'm sure there's problems in here. I really found so little flaws. I enjoyed all the characters, Jude and Cardan and Oak and Vivi and Taryn. The death of Locke could have been a little more. I would have loved to see that. I feel like his death was a little brushed over. We didn't even see his body or like see anything to do with that. It was kind of just a plot device to kind of bring Jude back into Fairy. I feel like Taryn in general was a little undeveloped, but I feel like that also goes to play into her character, is that Jude doesn't know her as well as she thinks she does when she's acting like her. Heather and Vivi's relationship in that overarching storyline, amazing. At the very end of the coronation, when the roach gets, no, not the roach, the ghost, the roach and the bomb get those masks, and then the ghost looking at Taryn, I think that's an ode to something that might be in a future book, spin-off series. I believe there is a character in here that's also from Tithe, which is another Holly Black series. I don't know if they are continuously overarching or if she does a lot of spin-offs or what. I think there also is very likely to be a spin-off about Oak in the future because there's a lot of room left open for him, especially with the addition of the Queen Surin, I believe. I feel like there's a lot of good character arcs between Nicasia and even Matic to a certain extent. I feel like his character was one of the most I was surprised with in this novel. I hated him, but I feel like I still understood him a lot, which I found something that I really enjoy learning about when there is a villain. I have just no complaints. Like, I just loved seeing them get tied up in this way, and I really love this book. I think it's, honest, like I said, one of my new favorite books. So yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed that little mini review, but I hope you enjoyed seeing my reactions to this. I'm not sure, I read this in the span of a day, essentially, so there wasn't much like in between that I know people do in a lot of vlogs when they read a book over a longer period of time. They read multiple books. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my reactions. But with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to comment down below your thoughts on Queen of Nothing. I'd love to hear them. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day, night, whatever. And bye.